Next proclamation. Proclamation proclaiming the month of September as Pain Awareness Month. And we have our ambassador advocate for U.S. Pain Foundation, Michele Rice. Welcome. You know what? I'm going to let you speak.
Okay.
Because you can probably do this better than I.
Okay.
So please go right ahead.
Well, thank you, Mayor and members of the City Council, for allowing me to speak tonight and for the proclamation. My name is Michele Rice, and I am a U.S. Pain Foundation ambassador, volunteer, and an advocate. I'm going to move this. Can I move this one out of the way? It feels like it's going to fall down. Okay. So I may look healthy to most of you, but I'm actually one of the over 100 million Americans currently living with chronic pain. Pain is invisible. And this fact was the catalyst for the Invisible Project, which includes profiles of individuals with photos of them on their best days and in their darkest moments. Some of our magazines put a spotlight on veterans and children living with pain, and actually I put 3 separate issues into the blue bags that I handed out. One of them has my story in it from 2015, just to let you know. I was a 4th grade school teacher, and actually in 10 days, it'll be the 18-year anniversary of my slip and fall that led to my chronic pain journey. At first, we thought it was just a simple torn meniscus, but it turned out that it developed into this chronic pain condition called reflex sympathetic dystrophy, which there is no cure for. It's been around since the Civil War, and it's rated as the highest pain condition known to man. I ended up in a wheelchair. I was bedridden. I lived with my parents. I couldn't drive. I couldn't work. I was extremely over-medicated, and I basically had no life and no hope. After years of trial and error of different doctors, medications, therapies, different procedures, I was eventually able to walk again, as you saw. I can drive again, and I believe it was 13 years that I wasn't able to drive. I have an adapted car, so I have a left foot accelerator, so I'm able to drive again, which is great. I live on my own, and I found a new purpose in life, which for me is volunteer work and doing advocacy for the pain community. Today, as we commemorate the 17th anniversary of 9/11, I can't think of a more meaningful day to talk to you regarding the impact of chronic pain on our country. Many of the survivors of 9/11 ended up as part of our pain community just because they went to work that day. Pain awareness is important all year, but particularly during September, which is nationally recognized as Pain Awareness Month. Without awareness, there is no motivation for finding new treatments or research for a cure. People often ask what they can specifically do to support and help the pain community. One way as a city is to grant this proclamation tonight, recognizing September as Pain Awareness Month. So I thank you and the council for doing so. As Dr. Phil says, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. Another way to be supportive is to read and pass along the information that I provided to you in the U.S. Pain resource bags. I encourage you all to visit uspainawarenessmonth.com to see how you can participate in Pain Awareness Month. You can also see how the country, including the San Francisco Bay Area, is supporting its pain warriors through awareness campaigns such as Light Up the Landmarks, Beautify in Blue, and proclamations. You can also visit uspainfoundation.org to see what advocacy is going on across the country, or visit invisibleproject.org, whose goal is to show the reality of life with pain and to offer hope and inspiration to the millions like me. Finally, I leave you with 3 specific tips to help someone you may know that is living with chronic pain. 1 is to offer to run errands for that person. 2 is to offer to drive them to appointments. And 3, and most importantly, is to listen to them and to believe them. And in case anyone in this room is wondering if there's any relation by the last name Rice, yes, my dad is Don Rice over there, who taught in Millbrae for almost 40 years at Chadbourne and at Spring Valley. Thank you so much, everybody.
Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Michele, thank you for putting a face on all of this, because that does mean a lot to the community. And I think we all have had relatives or friends who endure the same sort of thing. Yes. So thank you for your personal story. We have this proclamation. Thank you for presenting that to us, too. Whereas pain is a major public health problem for children and adults and is the number one reason Americans seek medical care. The Institute of Medicine has found that 100 million Americans live with chronic pain as a result of serious illness and injuries. Pain negatively impacts almost every aspect of a person's life, including the ability to work, sleep, and engage in social activities, as well as adversely impacting pain sufferers, families, and caregivers. The U.S. Pain Foundation mission is to educate, connect, inform, empower, and advocate on behalf of over 80,000 members throughout the country and all those who live with chronic pain. The U.S. Pain Foundation provides education on pain management skills, constructive ways to cope with pain, and find fulfillment in life. Increased awareness about the effects of chronic pain result in better outcomes, increased access to good pain care, and empowerment and validation for those living with pain. Now, therefore, we, the members of the Millbrae City Council, do hereby proclaim month of September 2018 as Pain Awareness Month. So if you would, please give Michele a round of applause for actually bringing all this to our attention and being here.
Thank you.
It's very special. Thank you for being here. And if I could get the council down here, we can get a picture. Sure, certainly.
In 1989, I had a chronic injury at Hewlett-Packard, and it flattened the vertebrae in my neck. So I have a permanent disability ranking, and I live with chronic pain. And I was fortunate that my orthopedic surgeon would let me try things like TENS, even acupuncture, biofeedback, all kinds of he was afraid of medicine. He was afraid of drugs, and I'm very glad for that. But I can tell you what it's like to live in pain all the time. You never see me on a bad day. On a bad day, I'm in the room, it's closed, or I'm in the hospital. So for everybody who deals with pain, even if it's not every day, it's a real thing. And this is really exciting to me. I am so happy to have you here and to talk about this. And I take it we should wear our bracelets. So wear our bracelets there, just like Stephen Colbert with his wrist. So this is lovely. Thank you.